Good evening, viewers, and a warm welcome to Science News with me, Ruth Mweni, and our sign language interpreter is Wanja Ngede. To our news tonight. Lecturers and other staff members in public universities continued their nationwide strike today, vowing to stay away from work until the government honors their collective bargaining agreements on pay. The strike, which has brought learning to a halt in all public universities, entered its second week with no signs of a resolution in sight. The unions representing the university staff insist they will not return to their lecturer halls and offices until their demands for salary adjustments are fully met. In a statement to the press, the leaders of the unions reiterated that the government's failure to implement the CBAs signed in previous years has led to the current stalemate. They accused the government of dragging its feet and showing a lack of commitment to improving the welfare of university employees.
Kama mwanafunzi wa mwaka wa mwisho, matarajio yangu ni kwamba nilikuwa nihitimu within the timeline, ambapo kwamba sasa hivi naona kwamba haitawezekana kutokana na mgomo. Sasa umeingia wiki yake ya 3 na bado sioni matarajio yoyote ya kuwa mgomo utakwisha hivi karibuni, na linanitia wasiwasi sana.
We as comrades, we are currently roaming around, we have nothing to do. Currently, most of us are even looking for jobs in the town. Rather, we are looking for anything that can keep us busy.
Tunakaa hostel bila kuenda classes So unapata watu wengine wana engage in evil things like kuvuta mbangi, vitu kama hizo.
There is a court order. There is a what? And court orders are supposed to be obeyed. Otherwise, you will be in contempt. And if you are in contempt, disciplinary action might be taken against you. So we are asking. We have done a lot in the sector, and we've agreed that all grievances can be discussed without us going on strike, which affects.
We are not going back to class. You must pay the 7.9 billion, and we must begin the negotiation for 2021-2029 before we even think about going to class. You have the 7.9 billion dating back to 2017. How do you begin paying the debt, Jana, and you are not paying the old debt? You don't choose which debt to pay. You have our debt, you must clear our debts. We are not going back to class.
The Council of Governors has voiced its continued opposition to the government's move to digitize the procurement process, warning that the new online tender system has been rushed and could hinder the operations of county governments. In a statement, the Council of Governors urged that the implementation of the e-procurement system was ill-timed and lacked proper consultation, failing to consider the unique challenges faced by counties, particularly in terms of digital infrastructure and staff training. According to the Council of Governors Chair Governor Ahmed Abdullahi, the new system could lead to delays in service delivery, as county staff may not be adequately prepared to handle the complexities of the online platform. The Council of Governors has called for a temporary halt to the implementation to allow for more time for training, infrastructure development, and comprehensive review of the system. And women leaders in Nyanza have called for an urgent increase in funding to combat the rampant gender-based violence plaguing the region. The leaders assert that current financial allocations are insufficient to address the high number of cases and provide adequate support for survivors. Speaking at a forum, a coalition of female leaders led by Homa Bay Governor Gladys Wanga highlighted the urgent need for a more robust response to GBV, which they say has been on the rise. They pointed to a lack of resources for survivor support centers, inadequate training for law enforcement, and a shortage of safe houses as critical gaps that are hindering the fight against violence. The leaders are now lobbying both the national and county governments as a world development partner to allocate more funds, specifically for GBV prevention and response programs.
Look at all the statistics. It shows that the Nyanza region is leading in all the vices, which is otherwise called the triple threat. And we asked him to help us in advocacy, to help us in sensitization, because the war against triple threat is a war that must be tackled by every member of the society. We are requesting for more funds. We are requesting for more visibility. We are requesting the whole country to join us, not only the president.
If your mind is always thinking of how I'm looking at this girl's legs, and you also, and even as women nowadays, we go and confuse. Sini ukweli? Yes, we also confuse our young ones, and we want to show him all these things. So it's both sides, by the way. I'm not saying femicide is on, but it is more on the side of women being violated.
And as the MPs have said, we thank His Excellency the President for having given money to all female MPs, supported them to go to come down to the ground and speak about the issue, the important issue of femicide.
Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutai Kagwe has called on county governments to work closely with the national governments to transform Kenya's livestock sector in a key pillar of economic growth. Speaking at a consultative meeting with the governors from arid and semi-arid regions, CS Kagwe emphasized the need for a collaborative approach to unlock the full potential of the livestock industry. He presented several recommendations aimed at boosting the sector's productivity and profitability. Among the key proposals, the Cabinet Secretary urged counties to prioritize the use of natural fodder and also to scale up vaccination programs for livestock. And in other news, the Independent Policing Oversight Authority has launched a probe into the death of a suspect who died while in custody at Mombasa's Central Police Station. The investigation follows the mysterious death of Simon Warui, a man who had reported gone missing in Nairobi a week prior and was later found deceased in a police cell. A post-mortem examination conducted as part of the IPOA investigation revealed that Warui died from a broken neck, which led to breathing complications. However, Warui's family says they are dissatisfied with the progress of investigation so far and have many questions about how their relative died.
Got hold of CCTV footage, which we are analyzing. Sent toxicology report to the government chemist, and once the results out, our investigation will be complete. And if there is any officer found culpable from them, then people will take it. At the tail end of the investigations, we have taken the statements of those who have interest, the investigators.
Preparation for upcoming Mashujaa Day celebrations, Kitui County Commissioner Kipchumba Ruto has spearheaded a high-level security meeting to ensure the safety of all attendees. The national event, scheduled for October 20th, 2025, will be held at the newly constructed Ithokwe Stadium. Commissioner Ruto convened a meeting with leaders from various sectors to deliberate on a comprehensive security plan. The discussions focused on logistical, security, and infrastructural arrangements for the event, which is expected to draw a large crowd, including national dignitaries. The security meeting comes as preparation for the celebrations enter their final phase. During a recent inspection tour, Internal Security Principal Secretary Dr. Raymond Omolo, accompanied by Commissioner Ruto, expressed satisfaction with the progress of the stadium, which is reported to be 80% complete.
We have met as members of the Security Committee. We have met as also the chair. These are actually the chairs of the security committees. They'll be able to beef up security to that during that material day, and we are going to protect the life and property, and we are going to ensure that there is peace and security during that material day. Maintenance of law and order will be our business. And those who are hell-bent at committing crime, we shall arrest them. We are going to charge them. We are going to arraign them in a court of law, and we are going to prosecute them and place them in the right place, that is jail. They should come to Kitui in peace, and they should not attempt to commit any crime. We are going to protect all the visitors.
The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has arrested the Busia Land Registrar for allegedly receiving Kenya shillings 10,000 bribe to release a processed title deed. In a statement, the anti-graft body identified the suspect as Collins Liali, who is accused of withholding the title deed and demanding the money as release fees. The arrest was made during an EACC operation launched after the commission received numerous complaints from Busia residents. According to the EACC, residents reported that it has become a routine for Liali to withhold processed title deeds and demand bribes for their release. The commission's investigation is ongoing and the suspect is expected to be charged in court.
Isipokuwa ni vile mko nyinyi watu yangu.
Take a short break, we'll be right back.